Hello, scholars. This is Letterland Lesson number 118, sentence building. Okay, sentence building. All right, we're going to start this lesson off by playing Guess Who? Guess who's hiding behind this letter? Yes, you have it. It's Bouncy Ben. He makes the sound B, B. What letter does Bouncy Ben hide behind? He hides behind the letter B. Guess who's hiding behind this letter? Yes, it's Firefighter Fred. He makes the sound. What letter does Fred hide behind? He hides behind the letter F. Guess who's hiding behind this letter? It is Peter Puppy. He makes the sound P, P. He hides behind the letter P. Guess who's hiding behind this letter? Yes, it is Red Robot. He makes the sound R. He hides behind the letter R. Guess who's hiding behind this letter? It's Talking Tess. She makes the sound T, T. She hides behind the letter T. Guess who hides behind this letter? Yes, it is Walter Warris. He makes the sound W, W. He hides behind the letter W. Guess who's hiding behind this letter? It's Zigzag Zebra. She makes the sound Z. She hides behind the letter Z. Guess who's hiding behind these letters? It's Talking Tess and Harry Hatman. They are a set of letters that are called what? Digraphs. And a digraph is when these two letterlanders blend their sound together to make a sound. The sound they make is th, th, th. Harry Hatman doesn't like the sound of thunder. Th. Okay. Guess who's hiding behind these letters? Yes, it is Clever Cat and Harry Hatman. When these two letterlanders blend their sound together, they make the sound ch, ch. They are known as the CH digraph. Guess who's hiding behind these letters? Yes, it is Sammy Snake and Harry Hatman. When these two letterlanders blend their sound together, they make the sound shh, the SH digraph. All right, that does it for Guess Who today. Now we're going to go to the rhyming chant. We're going to do the rhyming chant for Ip, okay? Hello, I'm Ippy Ink. Listen to my I sound in words like dip. Listen to my I sound in words like rip. Listen to my I sound in words like sip. Look, every time I say the word, I move my lip. Great job. Now, we're going to do some live reading today. And we are going to bring out the egg. And I will put it here. That's it, excuse me. And egg. And, ooh, where's my card? It is here. And in. Switch it up a little bit. How about that? Okay. I'm going to just slide these over here. I'm going to need those. And I'm going to need these as well. So I'm just going to put those. Oops. That happens. Too many things in one pocket. see. Let's hope that stays. Because I'll be taking some of them out. And I'll leave the cards on the floor for right now. I'll just take this here. Alright. So now, we're going to do live spelling with N, ig, and ip. Okay? So, I'm going to switch these up. Turn to my book. And with this lesson, I'm going to choose one of these Letterlanders, add it to a word, and we're going to separate it into real and nonsense, like we did before, real and nonsense, okay? The real word side and the nonsense word side, okay? All right. So, the first Letterland I have is Red Robot's R sound. R. If I add him to the N family, N, is that a real word or a nonsense word? Remember, real word, thumbs up, nonsense words, thumbs down. N, ren. Real word or nonsense word? Nonsense word. R-I-N, ren, nonsense word. Okay. Okay. If I add Red Robot over to the ig, rig. Real word or a nonsense word? Real word, thumbs up. Nonsense word, thumbs down. All right, rig. Sometimes this word is one of these tricky words because a rig can be a big truck. You may hear people reference rig as being like a big truck and reference it as being the big rig. So we're going to put this down here for one of these special words. Okay. All right. If we add Red Robot's ip to rip, ip, is that a real word or a nonsense word? Ip. Nonsense word, thumbs down. Real word, thumbs up. Rip is a real word. Okay. Next Letterlander we're going to use is Peter Puppy. P sound, we add them to the N family. N. Pen, is that a real word or a nonsense word? Real word, thumbs up. Nonsense word, thumbs down. Pen, N. Pen is a real word. Okay. We take Peter Puppy, we add them to ig, ig, pig. Pig, is that a real word or a nonsense word? Real word. We add them to ip, pip. Again, this could actually be one of these tricky words. Pip, ip. Pip can be someone's name. So I'm going to put this down at the bottom. Pip, because Pip can be someone's name. But will we use the capital Peter Puppy or the lowercase Peter Puppy, being that it is a person's name? Because remember, when we were learning all about Peter Puppy, we know that whenever a Letterlander has a chance to start an important word or someone's name, they always, sometimes, well not always, sometimes they take a deep breath and then make themselves bigger. And that's what Peter Puppy does. He makes himself bigger to make an important word. So Pip is someone's actual name. So we're going to put that down here with those special words, Pip. All right. The next Letterlander is Firefighter Fred's sound. Add it to N. N, is that a real word or nonsense word? Real word. Add it to the real word side. Fin. Add it to the ig. Ig. Fig. Real word or nonsense word? You may think it's a tricky word. It can be, because you may not know what a fig is. It's a real word. A fig is a type of fruit that grows on trees, and it's the cousin to a raisin. fig. So fig is a type of fruit, and they dry up, and you can actually eat them either whole, fresh off of a tree, or you could actually um, make when they dry up, you can eat them that way. So a fig, okay, and that is a real word. And then fip for ip, we added it to the ip family. Fip, real word or nonsense word? Nonsense word. Okay. The next Letterland that we have is Walter Wallace's W sound. We added to the N family. In. When, is that a real word or a nonsense word? Real word. When. In. Right? We added to the egg, wig. Is that a real word or a nonsense word? Wig is a real word. And we added to ip, whip. Real word or nonsense word? Okay, another trick. Whip is actually a real word, but the way that we're spelling it here makes it a nonsense word, okay? However, if we wanted to write the word whip and spell it correctly, we would actually use this diagram where you have Walter Wallace splashing water onto Harry Hatman. They make the w sound, and this will be the correct spelling of the word whip. W-H-I-P. And we haven't heard the story yet behind Walter Wallace and Harry Hatman. Yet we haven't gotten to that story yet in Letterland. But when in some words, Walter Wallace and Harry Hatman get together, and Walter splashes Harry with his water, and they make the w sound, okay? All right, the next Letterland that we have is Bouncy Ben's B sound. We add him to B in. Ben, is that a real word? Nonsense word? Ben, B in, it's a real word. We had lots of bins in our classroom where we kept our manipulatives in the bins, okay? You may even have a bin in your home where you keep your toys in your bin, right? The next word, if we add B, Bouncy Ben's B sound to egg, egg, is that a real word or nonsense word? Big is a real word. Right? Thumbs up, real word. All right. Adding Bouncy Ben's bus sound to ip, ip. Bip, is bip a real word or a nonsense word? It's a nonsense word. All right, the next Letterland we have is Zigzag Zebra's Z sound. Add Zigzag Zebras to N, Zen, Z, N. Zen, is Zen a real word or a nonsense word? It is a nonsense word, Zen. Okay. Add Zigzag Zebra's Z sound to zig, zig, zig. Real word or nonsense word? Nonsense word. Zig. And add the Zigzag Zebra Z, ip to ip sound, Z, ip. Zip, real word or nonsense word? Zip is a real word. Next, we have talking test. N, t, n. T, t. Add it to the N sound. 10. 10 is 10, a real word or nonsense word? It's a real word. There's a little explanation behind this. When I say 10 to N, I am not talking about the number 10. I am talking about a specific type of can. A can. I'm trying to look around to see if I have a tin can, and I do. You see this canister here that I have my markers and pens in? This can is a tin can. 10, not the number 10. This can is a tin can. The material that this canister is made out of is tin. I am not talking about the number 10. The number 10 is not spelled T-I-N. When I'm talking about the number 10, I spell it T-E-N, T-N, T-N. There's another one of our words that we're learning about in the N family that has the same concept. Sound the same, pretty much pronounce it the same, but have different meanings and different spellings. The word pen, right? Because if we're talking about the stick pen, we're talking about the stick pen, we spell it P-I-N. Just like if I'm talking about the tin in which my pens are in, I'm talking about T-I-N. If I'm talking about a pen to write with, I spell it P-E-N. And if I'm talking about the number 10, I'm spelling it T-E-N. And you'll hear someone emphasize the E because we're using Eddie Elephant's S sound to spell those words. So we'll say 10 to N. So you can hear that E sound versus the T-N in hearing the ippy ink sound. Okay. Just another teachable moment. And next, we add talking tests to the ig sound to ig, tig. Is that a real word or a nonsense word? It is a nonsense word. And last, we add tip, tip, tip. And we're not talking about tip, the rapper, T.I. We're talking about tip, the pointing tip of a marker, tip. Is that a real word? It is T-I-P. But if you were talking about the rapper T.I., because you're talking about a person's name, you would use what type of letter, what spelling tip? Capital T, talking test, capital T for tip's name. And last but not least, we want to use these digraphs. Just thought I'd throw a little bit of humor in there. We have the digraph SH, making the sh sound. Add it here. Sh-in, is that a real word? Nonsense word? Nonsense. All right, add it to ig, sh-ig, shig. Is that a real word or a nonsense word? Nonsense. And add it to ip, sh-ip, real word or nonsense word? It is a real word. All right. The digraph ch, ch, add it to in, chin, ch-in, chin, real word or nonsense word? Chin is a real word, thumbs up. Add it to ig, chig, is that a real word? Nonsense word. Chig is a nonsense word. And add it to ip, chip, that is a real word. And the last digraph we're going to use is th, thin, thin. Is that a real word? Thin. Thin is a real word. Add it to ig, thig. Is that a real word or nonsense word? Nonsense word. Add it to ip, ip, to ip, and it's a nonsense word. All right. So before we end, we are going to go down here with building sentences, and we're going to build a sentence. here we go. The sentence that I want to build is, I am looking at what animal is this? This is a pig, a pig. Okay, pig. And my sentence is going to say, can you see the pig? There's the pig. Can you see the pig? Let's read it. Can you see the pig? I'm asking a question. There's my question mark. Can you see the pig? All right. And the answer to that question is yes, I can see the pig. Yes, I can see the pig. Yes, I can see the pig. Okay? Now, if I put this picture here, can you see the, what is that a picture of? Can you see the ship? Can you see the ship? Can you see the ship? Asking a question. Can you see the ship? Yes, I can see the ship. Yes, I can see the ship. And that's a period at the end of that sentence. Next is the wig. Can you see the wig? Can you see the wig? Asking a question. Yes, I can see the wig. Yes, I can see the wig. Now I'm going to throw in a few of our at family words. That is a what? Bat. Can you see the bat? Can you see the bat? Yes, I can see the bat. Yes, I can see the bat. Okay. And last one. This is a picture of a cat. Can you see the cat? Can you see the cat? Yes, I can see the cat. Yes, I can see the cat. All right. So now, really quickly, before we end this lesson, I have my N, I have my egg, I have my ip. I need to sort these words out and put them with the right family. In family, win, in, chin, fin, and pin. My egg family, dig, pig, and wig. My ip, lip, ship, ship, and dip, and sip, and one more for the egg is big. All right, let's review these words before we say bye. In, win, in, chin, fin, pin, egg, dig, pig, wig, big, ip, lip, ship, chip, dip, and sip. All right, this concludes Letterland lesson number 118, sentence building. Bye-bye.